Good morning and welcome back to the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre studio. My name is Amber Fast and I'm the public programmer here. Today we're going to be walking through how to draw a human figure, a human body. Last week we learned how to draw a face, so if you haven't tuned into that one, you can start off with that one, learn the proportions of the face, and continue with this video. I started out with a blank piece of paper and I just grabbed a ruler and measured 8 inches down. So if you check out the bottom here, that will give you an idea of the lines that we're going to follow in order to get the proportions right. So I have a male and a female here. They are slightly different, just like how they're different with the face. A few minor tweaks here and there. So when you're thinking about the human figure, you have to think about it in sections. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a cheat sheet that you can reference and go back to if you need to. What happens is it breaks out into about 8 sections, and if you want to know what the width is, you just really have to follow the head. So about 8 heads down, that's how long the male and the female are both. We will break down a little bit. They're different in this area, so this is just a general guideline, and I'll show you how they're different in the male and the female. Okay. So let's start off with our male here. What we want to do is we are just starting with basic lines and circles. Always start out with the easiest forms, and what you're going to do is start with a line. So that's going to represent his spine, and all the way down to 2 spaces, so 2 heads in measurement, and this will be his belly button. When you're doing the shoulders, you want to go the width of it with the man. Oh, men's shoulders are a little bit wider. You want to go the width of about 1 head in the middle and 2 halves here. So 2 heads. And you're going to put the shoulder halfway down between this section here. So just represent the shoulder with 2 circles for now. And then the spine just represented in a straight line like this. And then we're going to draw a line from each shoulder. Now we'll go down to this area, the chest area, and you're going to place the nipples. In this area here, right below his belly button, that's where you're going to represent the hips. And 2 little circles, that's where the hip and the leg joint meet. And with the man, you can just draw kind of a triangle here. Then the legs will go down all the way to the 8 spot. But you want to put your knees here. So you're going to put 2 circles to represent your knees, and the top portion of the leg will go down like this. And then 1, 2, the calves will go down there, and then just another circle to represent the foot. I'll come down further once we get into details. So right now, remember just to press light because we're obviously going to we're obviously going to erase these lines. All right, so let's do the arms. The part from the shoulder to the elbow is 1.5 heads, I guess you would call it, 1.5 sections. And you just draw a line and another circle to represent the elbow. So you can tell that the circles represent the joints, and then we have larger portions to represent the larger parts of the body. Okay, and then the hands, they lie midway through the thigh. So I'm just gonna do circles to represent the hands. So these circles are the palms, and then to represent the fingers, I just do kind of a triangle shape. And again, that hits right midway through the thigh. We should probably move on to the female. She's going to be about the same. Halfway down, again, from here, you're going to do the shoulder line, or the shoulder joints. The difference between the torso of the man and the woman is the fact that the woman's hips are a little bit bigger and rounded, and the man's hips kind of go straight down. So right here, they're gonna start going straight down, and a little bit of a hip. When you go to the female, her hips will start coming out right by where her belly button is placed. So the third line down. More of a curve. And then this is her pelvis area. And the same with the male, you're going to have the hip joints. You can see there's a little more difference, I guess, between the male and the female. Right here, they have a more pronounced muscle underneath their armpit, where the female's kind of goes in a little bit more. So from there, we can finish up her arms here. If you want to change up the hands a little bit, you're more than welcome to. So just remember that from the elbow to the tip of the fingertips is 2 spaces. So if you're going to have her waving, you want to have it come up 2 spaces. And we'll just put this hand down. Okay, so I will speed up a little bit for the defining. And these guys will look a little bit better. these guys, you could do the muscles, or you could just put some clothes on them. And that is up to you, your style of clothing. And then of course, you would erase the nipples and just have that definition line of the chest. And pants are gonna sit right about here. You can play with kind of making it a little bigger around the thigh where the pants would lie. You could put some shoes on them. It really depends on what you want to do, your style. And the same with the female. Maybe she's wearing a skirt. You can see the importance of drawing light in the beginning. Sometimes I press a little too hard, but that's okay. Learn from my mistakes. All right, so next video we're gonna get into how to do a little bit more of a complicated figure. So one that's on its side or doing different movements. That is a whole other video though. Kind of show you one that I've started. So we'll do this one and we'll do a few other ones that are doing some more movement. So stay tuned and we'll see you next week.